I've personally helped 30 plus people break into tech sales with one-on-one systems, interview practice, and accountability. And in this video, I'm going to be going behind the curtain to show you my exact interview preparation system and company research process, leveraging AI so that you too can get into final round interviews at any competitive software company, regardless of how many applicants there are. Okay, so in a minute, I'm going to be switching over to actually a private training I did for my clients, teaching them these different AI processes to really speed up your preparation process. But before getting into that, I want to cover like kind of a main idea that I think will really help you for software sales interviews. Honestly, the person who gets the final round interviews and who really impresses people who are interviewing at these companies doesn't have to be the most qualified, the person with the most sales experience or anything like that. I think a lot of times companies really disproportionately weight someone who's done more research on the product and the company than anyone else. You know more about the company and like really like what they're all about, and you've done more research. They're going to feel like you really want this job, right? Like you're really willing to put in the work. You're the type of person who's like willing to go the extra mile and actually cares, right? And who would you rather work at your company? Someone who really cares and wants to work there, or someone who just knows they have great skills, but they didn't really bother putting in the work to research? There's three main things that I think you should be doing for any of these interviews. The first one, watching 3 YouTube videos about the company. Okay. How many people do you know that will actually watch 3 YouTube videos about a company before they interview there? I think in my experience working with a ton of different people breaking into software, like no one ever usually does this until I tell them to. And the advantage of a YouTube video is you can actually watch a longer form software demo in a similar way to like what you would actually get if you met with an AE at the company, right? Like if you actually took a sales call or booked a demo, what would happen is you would get a 45-minute discovery and demo showing the tool, showing how it works, showing the main use cases. And if you go on the company website and or YouTube and you can find one of those videos, you're gonna have a big advantage because like you'll be in the interview and you can ask questions like, hey, I saw this feature in your product. I'm curious, do you guys ever find XYZ? Or how does that compare to like the way your competitors do things? And that's just like the type of question you wouldn't be able to ask unless you had done that research. So what I recommend is always watch at least three YouTube videos about the company, ideally one screen share version. And a new AI workflow that you can use to kind of turbocharge this is you can go to Notebook LM here. And so let's say we're going for this company ThreadUp. What we can do is actually just find some videos about ThreadUp. So first go to their channel. And basically Notebook LM it's actually a product by Google that will basically create an AI podcast about any kind of sources you upload. But the cool thing is you can upload up to like 50 YouTube videos on this because Google owns it. It'll just scan all the YouTube videos and summarize that, which is super useful for your job search, especially with kind of learning about the company. So what I would go is just find like really good videos that are either on this channel or other ones if you were interviewing with this company. I would actually just start with other videos because they don't really have like a long all about it. And then what you want to do here is you just take this copy link address and you're just going to create a new notebook and then click YouTube and you're just going to literally paste these links in here. So I'll just find some other ones. There we go. Copy link address. Click sources to add more. And this will really show you how other people are using ThreadUp currently, which is what you're going to learn anyway from actually watching these videos. So we'll just do these 4 for example's sake. And so now basically what it can do is it'll create this video. I have to press generate. So you'll generate the conversation. And this will actually generate a whole conversation about AI, basically discussing the thing that you're talking about, in the videos. How it sounds once Notebook LM's all done, you upload all your sources first.
You've got a handle on things, but you know how it is, you want to be informed, feel like you've got a handle on things, but actually sorting through all the information out there, it feels like a whole other job.
It really does. So much noise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So today, we're cutting through that. We're going deep on ThreadUp. You've probably heard of it, maybe even clicked around this giant online place for secondhand clothes.
It's huge. Yeah.
But it's so big.
So what you can do now is basically listen to this in the car, just listen to this 15-minute summary, summarizing all the YouTube videos. about the company, and that'll help you prepare for interviews faster as well. Second thing I'm going to go over is I think you should be using tools like ChatGPT, Grok, Perplexity, or Claude to basically just do deep research on the company and diving deep into their ICP, their customer profile, their competitors, how their products are priced, what's different about them than competitors, what's their fundraising background, how did this company come about, what's the founder story. And you don't need to type in all those prompts one by one. I'm about to show you in the screen share of my training in a second. I actually have a GPT I just created that you can do this, that you can get in the link below in the description if you just want to use that GPT. And the second thing is, if you actually want to get a list of the interview questions that you should be practicing for in these interviews, that's also going to be linked below. So I just want to make a quick video today kind of talking about my interview preparation process that I work with a lot of candidates on to help them do better in interviews. I think the main part of this is kind of using two different prompts that you could either use on ChatGPT or Grok or something similar. The first one, you're basically just going to ask it to give you a full breakdown of the company. So here, we'll go here. We'll just do it on the search function. You don't even need to use the deep search because it takes forever. And here, you just give an example. We'll just do Nike. Basically want to learn, give a breakdown of it. What's their fundraising background? Who are the main competitors for the company? And what's the unique selling proposition? And then what does the growth trajectory look like? You see, it's pretty useful. Definitely learning stuff. On deep search version, it'll go a lot more in depth though, like biggest competitors, differentiators, all this. Go through the next steps after you see the part's all about Notebook LM and the company research. And for this, by the way, I would honestly use Grok Deep Search or ChatGPT Deep Search, which probably pay for the $20 a month one, or you could use Perplexity Deep Search, any of those. But on this interview questions, this is really the meat and potatoes of practicing for interviews. And for this, you basically just want to have one of those things I listed, come up with the top 20 most probable interview questions you'll get for this role. And then also just paste the full job description and your resume into ChatGPT as well. And then a bonus thing is you could also copy and paste the whole LinkedIn profile, like text from someone you're interviewing with, and have it come up with some questions you might want to ask them. But this is going to give you really 20 most probable questions you're going to get. And now that you have that, what you want to do is on this one is write out your answers for each of these really probable interview questions, right? Ideally, put them in star format. Basically, here's the situation I was in. Here's the tasks and actions that I took in that situation. Here's the results and how I'd quantify them. And once you have that all out, now you just want to kind of have good answers for all those. And then now what you can do is record yourself on voice memos, basically practicing. And this is really where you're going to get really good and comfortable answering questions, because you can practice the delivery and also really kind of practice recalling your stories that illustrate good points about why you're a good fit for the job. So hopefully that was helpful. And if you want my help working one-to-one to help you land a tech sales role in less than 3 months, definitely just message me on LinkedIn. Happy to help or offer any tips. Okay, so anyway, I hope that was really useful for you watching that training. I think to really recap a few things, for any company that you're interviewing for, you want to do 3 main things. 1, watch 3 YouTube videos about the company. This will immediately set you apart from most other candidates. Second thing, do deep research. Just use ChatGPT if you want the simple answer. Use ChatGPT, use my prompt linked in the description, or use your own, but it needs to basically dive into main components about the company, fundraising background, competitors, all that. And then the third thing is really going to be interview question preparation. So you want to be asking ChatGPT or another one of these, what are the top 20 most probable interview questions I'm going to get? You're going to be surprised how often those coincide with the real questions you're going to get asked. And then if you really want bonus points, you want to be a beast, be able to do these interviews in your sleep, record yourself on voice memos on your iPhone, your Android, literally answering the top 20 questions. And that will just kind of give you that mental rehearsal in your head where it's you're not going to get caught off guard when you're actually in an interview. Anyway, thanks for watching. And if you want to see another video talking about similar kinds of these topics and preparing for interviews, check out this one right here.